right, folks? How's it going? Let's put a little bit of background music, just a little bit, just a little bit. How are you all doing? I'm back. So, we're going to try to set this up so that we can have a chat. Let's try this. And let's see the little extension that I've added, or the script. Let's have some high hopes. High hopes for it. Probably shouldn't. Yeah, not working at all. As it should. Alright. We're going for plan B. Plan B, my friend. Because that chat has to be. It has to be on the screen. So this is what we're going to get. Alright, alright. Oh god, it's so small. Anyway, I can zoom that? That's made for, like, chipmunks. Not getting better. You know you're on a good website when the control scroll does not work. But hey, we'll live with it. Oh, we're getting it. We're getting it. Yeah, that's probably good enough. I'm sure you can see it. Let's just... Yep. Sorry, I need to do some magic here. All right. So that looks good. Let's crop this a little bit. I never remember how to do things in that. That's not at all what I wanted. Oh yeah. Okay, that means we can get a little bit more real estate. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we can get a bunch more. I hope that you're enjoying the setup stream that I'm currently pulling off. Yes, I'm too lazy to put an actual number, so I'm just clicking away. All right. Can we resize this so that it, well, like shows correctly. All message are visible. All right, maybe it's a little bit too big. Here we go. Here we go. Is this like free real estate or will it be filled? Let's spam it a bit. Okay. Looks pretty effing good. Okay. Okay. This, there, this, that. We're gonna be able to start actually doing something. Keep above the others. Good night, everyone. Good night. I have a question for Linux Big Brains. Maybe somebody can answer me and be smarter than I am. Is there a way to shove like a window above? Because we can do it below, right? We can push below. But how would I go about pushing it above? So if anybody knows how I could do that, like if there's a way to like move windows using the keyboard or some shit, please tell me. While somebody is figuring that out, I hope, I'm going to read your comments. So, hello. Hey, what's up, friend? Yay! Music sounds good this time. Absolutely it does. I hope that it's not too loud. So, if it's too loud or not enough, just tell me. I'll switch it up because I think we're going to have to keep it in the background for a bit. Maybe I'll remove it when I get serious. Okay. Does anyone here use Arch? I use Arch. Would anyone in this chat not use Arch? Indeed, Arch all the way, but working on my first Gen 2 install now. That's a good thing to do. Hi, doing well. How are you? Going well. I've installed Gen 2 before. Too much maintenance, in my opinion. Where can I get more information on developing my own file system? Right now, the best resources seems to be ChatGPT, but which somehow knows what function to write and use. This is because ChatGPT is just like scraping every single resource on the internet. Probably good to start to use ChatGPT or Gemini or whatever the heck you want. But let's be honest, when you do something serious, you just need to understand the concept. So the best place to start would probably be to just read. Read the code that was already done. Read. Honestly, Gen 2 is easy peasy to install. It's just following instruction on a manual. I agree with that. And that's not fun to me, but it's fun to some people, I guess. OS Dev Wiki, indeed, the OS Dev is the place where pain meets knowledge. I think that's the point of Gen 2 and Arch, to teach you the basics of maintenance yourself, but then again, true Arch, I feel, sits in an happy median between baby's first, Linux, and LFS. To be honest, Arch is so simple these days, it's not even like... Before, like, there was a meaningful difference between having some kind of Arch and having an Ubuntu, because your Ubuntu would not die and your Arch would die. So yeah, but now there's no reason not to use Arch or something derived of Arch. But there's probably a good reason to not use Gen 2, right? Compiling absolutely everything and not having having to have a bunch of additional repository in order to have a closed source things, probably not the way to go. Gen 2 is not much harder than Arch, though mkinit CPIO is a lot more user-friendly than Dracut. Don't know much about them, couldn't say anything. Nothing against Arch or any other distro. NixOS has just filled all my needs. Rolling plus atomic package management plus stable plus declarative plus self-documenting plus massive fresh repo. Good to hear. Oh yeah, reproducible builds are quite nice. Yes, they are. That's a fun thing. Good night. Oh, from Brazil. Hi. Hi, Brazil. Meow. Oh god, Rust is winning is in the chat. You were not there before and now you're here. Oh god. Good day. Yo yo yo. Virtual desktop. I'm sure KDE supports that. It's not about virtual desktop, it's about dragging thing above where the F I'm at. Alt drag. Nope. Doesn't seem to do it. Command middle click drag. Oh, my middle click button is a little bit broken, so trying a couple of things here. Trying all the keys I know, okay? Oh my god. That's how I do mine. Yeah. How many X you add? Is that a real question? Porting GCC to PS3 while I listen to you. That's a great project. Works on mine. Yeah, works on my machine. That's the classic. Ever told your mom how big a loser you are? I don't know. Have I? Do you have any other insults? I mean, what level of, like, low-level insult are you going to? How many X? Let's answer your question. Go ahead, trash me. I like it, okay? We're going to do some productive stream today, but I like it. Insult me. How many X do you have? One, okay? One, okay? One person had a kid, and now nobody else, alright? No time. Ever told your mom how much of a big loser? Well, I don't speak to my mom, because she's a bitch. So, I mean, anything else? Pastake? Lol indeed. Yeah, it's KDE, my friend. It is. I don't get it. Oh, maybe it's a setting. You're a good guy. One woman guy like me, bye. Alright, that sounds... Man, I don't want you to go away. Because right now I want to fucking cook your ass. You sound like the type of guy who's like... Yeah, I'm the red pill. If I have some female in my area, I'm the protector. And in reality, you're like a Reddit nerd. But hey... can believe anything you want if it helps you. Yeah, it's not a default setting. I'm going to try to find. And I'm very bad with settings, so window management. Oh, that sounds like it. That sounds like it. Okay. Okay. Let's click on things to focus, title bar. No. Frame action. What the fuck? Oh, middle click. Man, we're not getting through this. I'm too dumb for it. Movement. Inner window? Oh, wait. Oh, no. I'm not going to get through this. Let's read some comments to... I'm bad at reading, okay? I'm really bad at focusing on reading. I can believe that son of a bitch just said that. Well, why wouldn't I say it? It's my life. Lol. Alpha male. I'm an alpha male. Yeah. I don't think it's default. Lol. Imagine if settings were just on one file within .config. Well, that was the idea, right? And you could simply grep through. That sounds great, but it's not, okay? Because then the dev will have named this exact option like transform window space, and you're never finding it. All right, window placement. Random! What does that mean? How do I get to what I want to do? Forward, reverse, forward, B, content, alternative. I don't... Oh, maybe that's it. Desktop effect. No, that's definitely not it. It was Windows action. Don't you tell me that I skipped it. Windows action. All right. Okay. Inactive window. Okay, so when we click, it activates. When we middle click, this is not what we need. Title bar. That's not what we need. That's not it. Yeah, I think we're just screwed. I'm going to have to like pull up the chat every 2 minutes. When we say meta, that's Windows key, right? Oh! All right. Nobody saw anything, all right? I was doing middle click like a dumb. Oh my god. All right. Okay. Rust is winning. Is absolutely winning, okay? You're absolutely winning. So we have Maximosen. What a name. Time to write your own script to do that. Age terribly. Yeah, I ain't writing my own script for that. I'll die before. So, without further ado, I'll check if anybody's watching, just to feel good about myself. There are some people watching. I'm not a schizophrenic. Thank you. So now we can go forward, alright? We can go forward. So, like I said earlier, by that I mean yesterday, we're cooking, alright? So we're going back to cooking this shit. Yes, I am able to write a password that I made idiotic. No, we're not real. Indeed, you're not real. I hear voices, okay? I'm just streaming into the void. I love it. So now we have our system. I'm a reptilian, absolutely. We have the base system, right? So we are able to add things easily to the database. That's already done. So now what I want to do is I want to steal whatever they're using for Bootlin. So let's just shamelessly steal what they're using to parse their file. And with that, we're going to be able to do fun things. Linux is winning because you cannot do this basic window feature on Windows. I was sure that you could. Well, I did it on Windows XP, okay? Don't remember how I did it, but I did it. Back in my days. Freaking boomer. Alright. Whoop, that was a zoom that I should have never done. Okay. Alright. So here we have the command. Now if we read the command, let's be some big brains about it, right? So here we have the ctag command that vomits our ctags. We tried it yesterday, so we can actually go ahead and like try it again, I guess, just to have an idea of what it does. So here, our thing was it tool USB? It was tool, USB, And then we have that for fuck's sake file. So FFS. And okay, here we go. Okay, so that's the output. So let's read that with the other commands that are attached to it, just so we understand it a little bit. Okay. So here we have the command itself. After that we have... I'm reading the wrong thing. I was like, it's missing something. After that we have grep. So what is grep doing? Grep here is, I have no idea what A is. V is for inverse. And E is for, well, capital E. That's for extended rejects, I think. I hope. So it detects 2 rejects. I'm still trying to, like, survive how to pronounce this. So what it will do, it will parse if starting with operator or if starting with config, it deletes the line. So if it starts with operator or config, it kills it. All right. So that should be pretty easy to implement inside of Python. So I'm not going to pipe thing over because that's going to be a shit show. Now, after that, we print only the first 3 things because it passes through awk. And awk, as soon as there's a space, it's goodbye. So we print this. Well, let's use this line. It's easier. So we would scan this, and then this. I don't get what this line is. Let's have a look. Let's open up Bootlin. Let's get the latest version of Linux. Let's open up our tool. USB. And let's open the file itself. Because I have some feeling. I have feelings, guys. Oh my god. That it is the line numbers. So if we look, like, argv0, if it's somewhere in there, should be number 55. Let's take a look. argv0, number 55. Cool. So we need that and nothing else. All right. Well, that should be pretty easy, right? I just have to remember how to do things in Python, which I'm never able to. So let's steal this, because that's probably a working command. Let's go put this in my special magical construct called masterfile. Masterfile, I choose you. It's right here. So masterfile, what it does is it stores where things are, so where we can find our full version inside of RAM, inside of shared memory. So then we're able to harass the file with as low latency as possible, which is what the hell we want. So here we have get include. So we're going to put here some get tag. So let's do get tag. We're not even going to... yes, we're going to build it like the other, but anyway. Okay, let's just do this. I just want to copy over some things to not forget how to do things, because I'm bad at this. Here we go, get tag. We're going to feed it a file path and a version. If the version is none, we'll apply. We're doing things dumbly, but hey, it's going to work. Okay. So here, if we feed it a version, it will take the version that we feed. If not, it will take the current version. Fun code, fun code. So now, okay. So what we need to do, first thing, should probably be to absolutely run the command on the file, right? Not that hard, not that smart. We just need to get this and run it on our target file. right? So we're taking our ctag command and we're going to shove it right in there. Like, oh, I need to keep this. Okay, don't look at this. Don't look at this. Here we go. Okay, so we're going to shove our ctag command right in there. Okay, we're just copying things over because we're lazy, but it's going to work. So we copy over things from the working ctags. Thanks, Bootlin, by the way. Thank you for allowing me to not do a mistake for the, like, 15,000th time. Okay, and here we're going to use some special magical quote. Am I doing the right thing here? Yes, we're doing the right thing. This should be that. And this should be inside of the squiggly quotes. I don't know how we call them. I like them squiggly quotes. Alright. So this should allow us to get this wonderful thing. So this is our first part, right? We've copied over the ctag correctly. We have the command in. Oh no, that's dumb because that's just the file path. And what we need is finding the actual file where it is, which is this magical command. So this is a dictionary. Wait a second. Am I being dumb here? Probably are, okay? So this is a version dictionary. When I give it a version, it will give me the root of my Linux kernel. So it should be this with the file path at the end. Because if I don't do this, not going to work at all, right? So here we go. Trabadi, trabada. That should work. So now we have the root that's given by our system with the version name that we're currently scanning and the file inside of the Linux kernel. So with that, we should be able to run our ctag command. Ta-da! This is done. Wow. We've got our tags, folks. Easy. Here we go. We've got our tags. So now, here, what I'm doing... Let's just give it a name. Tags. Let's call it tags. That's fun. Okay, so now we have a variable tags that is the output of this command, and we do split line. So each line are individual in a list, right? So we can just ask for this line or ask for this line, so it makes things easy. So the first thing that we should do is probably, just probably, apply the regex that we were supposed to apply. So on the website, they apply those two regex. So if you start with this or with this, you're bye-bye. So let's make those bye-bye. Now this should be pretty easy, right? Because what we would need to do is for I... Isn't there a way to actually get how far along we're in the loop without having a new variable? Can't you do like for I and X in this list, and X will be like how far along you're in it? Because I will be the value inside of tag. So I will be the line. Oh man, I don't even know if we can do this. Let's just Google. All right, let's Google this. Save me, Google, or else I'll pull up Gemini because Gemini is saving me. Oh man, Copilot. The second element in a pair. That's not what I want. That's what I want. Oh, enumerate is there for that, I guess. Yeah. Okay, that looks good. So enumerate will put an index and then the value. Nice. Nice. That sounds good. All right. So we're going to be able to do enumerate. My friend, when I said that I couldn't write code for shit, I wasn't lying. Okay. Let's read a little bit. Let's have some fun. Okay, let's read some comments. We've done absolutely nothing. So let's chill, all right? So the ancient times. Yes, I'm a big boomer. Dash A is treating all file as text files. Oh, neat. So it's the line the code is written on. Enumerate for IV in enumerate your list. Ah! My bad. No, you don't have to feel sorry. I am trash. No way. I thought you were setting some plot twist. No, I'm garbage. I'm truly bad. My friend, don't you overestimate me, okay? I make Linux videos on things that people are way the hell smarter than me are writing. I ain't smart. But thanks to technology and a little bit of AI, everything is possible, all right? Understanding things that are way above your pay grade, that's possible. So for my good friend regex, all right, I believe there is such a thing as re.compile, and then you can compile your regex. Yeah, we can do this. All right. So if this is a thing, let's just steal that shit. And we're going to store that somewhere in master file. So master file, let's call this parse tag, because we use it to parse tag. Let's put this, we remove the pattern thingy, because we're not going to do some like quadruple equaling things. Okay, so what we want to match is the same reject as the other, but we're going to have two of them, so we're going to need to fuse them together. Hey. So here we have this and this, and we should be able to make an AND statement. Oh wow, that was dumb. Put that there, copy that over, put an AND statement. I believe regex will allow me to do that. Oh, there's a space at the end too. Neat. Here we go. So if it starts with config, or if it starts with operator, get out. So let's go ahead. Now we're going to be able to call this parse tag. And because I declared this at the start, it's going to be compile at the start, so we don't have to like compile it 500 times. I should be able to use it somewhere here. So let's just take a look about how RE actually works, because I have no clue. Golly gee, put all of this here. All right, so here they do compile, and after that, how do they do the match thing, right? How do they find something? Oh wait, I'm so dumb. Let's go RE match. Okay. RE match function is a Python, is used to determine if in the beginning of the string, it matches the regular expression pattern. Well, what the hell am I doing? I don't even have to put the little thingy at the start that says beginning. Or do I? I don't. Easy. The world dumbest programmer, my friend. No need for that shit. So we're going to use match. So how did they do it? RE match pattern string equals match. And I guess that it's none if we don't find shit, right? Okay, I'm just going to guess because that's going to be it. That's always it. All right. So re.match this. We start with pattern. Give me that pattern. Here we go. That's not it. Thank you. Parse this. And then we can give it our tag. So we have a tag. And then we do a if. Whoop. If. So if it's none, it's not going to go forward. If it is not none, if it finds something, if we got it, okay? If we absolutely got it. Like 9/11, we're going to be able to do something, okay? We got it. That's a meme. So we are going to delete the tag that we don't want. Easy. Let's not stop. So now we've just cleaned the tag that was not working, the tag that we needed to clean. So let's actually go ahead and store this shit in our database. We would probably be very smart to split it, right? Because right now we have these lines that we should split and that we shouldn't have those last two, right? So we only need the first 3. How do we do that? Well, we could use split, and I believe re has a split function. So why not use this? Max, space, n tabs. Google save me. Or not. Can also just let me hang. Okay, but that doesn't explain what I want. It doesn't use RE. I need RE split. Or I'm just not watching enough. Here we go. That's what we need. Oh man, I'm just blind. That's the issue. Alright. Alright, we're stealing this. And we're going to make it work. So. Normally, when we're smart, we use map for things. Alright, so let's use map. Because I've learned that big boys, they use map. So here we go. I just need to remember how to use it, folks. I just need to remember how. So the first thing, we need our list of tags that we are going to use, okay? And it's the second argument. So map, what it does, it will execute a command on every part of this shit. So, well, we could probably have fused all of this, but who cares, okay? It's not meant to be optimal, it's meant to just work. So we're going to use map on tags. What command are we going to use on it? We could put a lambda command if we were smart enough. Is that the text itself that we're supposed to have? So that would be our x. That's how we do it, right? That's how we do lambda. We're about to run a big fail here. Does lambda always need to, like, be encapsulated in a bunch of text? No, it does not. All right. Oh, wait. I'm doing it here. What a... Bro. I've already done it. Me from the past is smart, okay? So I can probably just steal this shit and make it work. So we split on tabulation. I don't know why I would need to cut something out of it. So here, we split. Oh no, that won't work. Because here I need a max split along with it. Oh no. For me. Okay, who cares? I'll go ahead with this. I'm sure it will work. So we're splitting this with this reject that should split on tabulation and spaces, which is what we want. We only keep 3 part of the split, so we should be left with an array, with a big list full of, well, we have a 3D arrays with a bunch of tags and 3 item per list that is a tag. Should be good. All right. Should be good. Should work. So. This should give us our tags. I'm going to assume that it will work. Let's have some faith. All right. Let's have some faith. Okay. Clean tags. We've got our line. Oh, well, our command is garbage because we don't have the ending line of whatever we're scanning. Bro, this needs to be fixed. Alright, I'll go dig in whatever the hell I was doing before. Come here. Where the hell is C-tag? No, not C-tag type. Who the hell do you think I am? I need... that's what I need. That's how I was doing it. Good old output JSON. Haha. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to need to add a field. And one of these field should be the new line that we so desperately... that we really freaking need, okay? Oh god. I hope that this is therapeutic for some of you, because it is for me, okay? Going through it. Field as an S, is that it? Or have I written like fields wrong? Yep. You don't know me if you think that I'm not going to guess every single one instead of searching. God damn. Which one is it? It would be K. It is very calming. Happy to hear it. Welcome to the pain stream, alright? So, okay, I'm going to have to Google this. So, not C-lang, C-tags, please. C-tags. Ending line. Not Python, you shit. Okay, why are you giving me attitude here? Why are you doing this? Oh, it's probably because it... Oh, okay. I get it. Okay. I'm getting it. So before, when I use the option E, which should be for ending line, I think, instead of giving me just the start, it gave me the end. So if I look here, the numbers should not be the same. Like function here, message, right here is 59. And if I go higher, somewhere it's going to be something else, right? Have I understood the prompt? No, I've not. I did not understand shit. All right, we're just going to copy paste some commands. And hope. Okay, we're full-blown Obama up in here. Hope. You're going to tell me that it's because of this that it won't work, right? And oh, could it be because there's no end to some concept? I'm being dumb. Okay, let's just start by having a concept that we know as an and. Okay, so underscore MSG has an and. Okay, we know it. It should be 92. I'm getting triggered. You can hear it. So 5992. We need to find whatever commands, whatever modification to ctag that makes this little shit produce 92. Is it the order of my commands? Why? Let's read the AI instead of the documentation. Because of course, this is what one should do. Kill me, bro. Guess we're going on Stack Overflow instead of the documentation. Yeah. Okay. Okay, I've got a preview just freaking around. I need to kill it. Is it like the dash O that does the magic? Or is it like something dumb like that? Nope, it's not. Well, what command did I even have before? Oh no, the dash O requires a dash at the end, no? Okay, guess not. I'm sure it's probably the fact that I have kinds in here that... Whoops, that's not what I wanted. I wanted a capital K. Just to see if it changed anything. Why is this output so clean? God damn. Like this should not look like this. Okay, this should not look like this. My oh my. Okay, let's just start reading about what everything does so that we have an idea. Or maybe we just need more pluses. Oh, that's the secret. We need more pluses. No, okay. Okay, I'll stop with the dumb things. Am I saying while trying again? All right. All right. What does ctag-x do? Let's bring up ctags manual. You know your guy gave up when he goes to the manual instead of Googling things like a read. X is for tabular. Okay, let's read. Human readable cross references. File to standard output instead of generating a tag file. The information contained in the output includes tag name, kind of tag, line number, file name, and source line, with extra white space condensed. Of the file which defines the tag. Oh god, I'm reading like a dumb fuck. No tag file is written, and all option affecting tag file output will be ignored. Example of application for this feature, generating a listing of all function located in the source file. And there's no way for me to add things to this, right? It's the perfect writing, but guess what? Nobody loves you, so no. Okay, so it's truly just that the E option is like not unable with this. So I guess my original option was good after all. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Unless there are some magical things that I'm missing. You know what? We're going to try for the magic one last time, okay? Because remember, folks, in time of great despair, come great responsibility, I guess. Okay, it's not working. So, let's try and no. Okay. Okay. So we're gonna have to kill this X function and see what is vomited from it. So I guess that's where -o dash works or something like that. What did I have here? -o dash and the file. Okay, it's because I have the wrong order. So -o is output 2 and dash should be this. All right. So now I'll need to implement my fields. So turns out I wasn't so far from the reality of what I needed to do with my last attempt. Who would have known? I don't know. Do I go full dummy and actually implement this in JSON? Nah. I can do this. So let's compare what was the original command to what we have right now. All right. So we are indeed starting with the name of the function like we were before. So this is probably just the functions overextending, and that's why we see some dumb things here. Okay, yes, this is. Okay, so we're starting with the name, same thing, right? So if we follow underscore message, we follow underscore message. After that, it says me the file name. I don't want the file name. So we're going to find which field file name is. You know what? I'll go for a guess. It's -f. Okay, well, it's F, but if we do -f, it will remove the... No, it doesn't. Okay. What did I remove? What did I remove? Oh. Oh, yeah, I remove file. Right here. Right? So that's still better than nothing. So we're going to keep that -f. Okay, I love it. Love it. Gotta love it. But we're going to go and check what fields are so that we can put the right order on things. All right. Okay. All right. Scope of the tag is probably not something that we want. So we can do -s. Include -z probably. Do we have kind somewhere in there? Where is the file name? Let's go one thing at a time. Let's go indicate whether... All right, where can we tell it if we want the file or not? I feel like I'm going to be there for 1500 years if I need to understand all of this shit. So maybe there's a better way. Do any of you have ideas? Okay. I'm reading you. Okay, I'm looking at you. I'm feeling alone right now with you 10. Like taking your meal, looking at me suffering through this. I hope you're having fun. So, I'm memeing, by the way. I love you being here. Okay. Okay, maybe I'm... Whoa. I'm being dumb. Okay? Let's stop being dumb. Okay? Let's compare. This is what we have originally. Okay? So let's assume that the things that are included in the original are not removable. Okay? So we cannot remove the file. We cannot remove the actual line containing the code. What we need, the important thing, would be line start, line end, and name plus this shit. Whatever this is. I think this is kind. Okay? So, let's try to get as close to this as possible. Can we do like I hate everything by default? Like if I do this, does it... No, I'm not any closer on where I want it to be. Idea? Maybe yell at your code so it does what you want. You're right. Your fucking code. Okay. That's exactly what I need to do. I need to become the most unhinged guy. Okay. I need to do what I need to do the most common thing in California, being racist against Indian. Okay, that's what I need to do. I need to blame somebody for me losing my job. By the way, I don't work in any coding. Okay, don't don't go believe that. I do not. I do not. All right. Well, we're pretty far along. When I start using my full brain, let's compare things, okay? Let's stop being dumb, and start actually comparing things. So here are the two commands, because I want the two to be the same, but just want to have the hand number. So let's compare message and put this. Did I do Control C in the terminal? What a dummy. Bro. Let's put this in here, okay? So that we can visualize. So here we have message. Let's copy that over and let's visualize. All right. So how do we get this to this as quick as possible? So this is there. Nothing to change here. This is there. Nothing to change here. This is there. Nothing to change here. This is there. Nothing to change. This is there, but we don't want that line here. How do we make sure that there's no line thingy? Okay. In the absence, okay, this is not what I want. All right. Is it even possible? Or do I even give a shit? I don't like the idea of not having a clear output. Oh my god, I'm so dumb. Look at me. Look at me being smart, okay? Look at me being big brain. So this is going to be... You guys are going to see how we do it. Gemini, get your ass over here. Okay. I have... Oh, I'm going to thank the AI for this, alright? I have a C tag. Whoop. Command. Let's bring in the AI to try to understand. And I'm going to use it responsively, correctly, which means I'm going to understand what the heck I've done wrong at the end of this. And when I use it on a file, it outputs apply outputs this. Is there any way for us to remove the title in front of data, like we would want? Line should be 59. Thanks. Here we go. So this would probably be way faster than me reading anything because I'm unable to read. Look at Gemini absolutely destroy me by like giving me 5,000 lines of things to read. If this is the case, I might end myself, okay? The first solution, use said. Exactly what I don't want to do. Bro. There's no way. You know what? I'll just insult it. Please, for the love of God, this needs to be done in C tags, not with any other Linux utility. I will. No, I need to be a Karen here. I demand it. Thanks. The AI overlord have spoken. Said it is. Said it is. No, I've done enough said for a lifetime. And you know, I've done some awk scripts for days. I'm good, bro. A whole website of awk scripts. I got enough, bro. The AI is going to be wrong today, alright? If it gives me with you, it gives me grep, I'm going to die. Or it pull out awk. Oh, I'm ready. I'm ready. Pull awk. Do it. Oh my lord, do it. I'm ready. By the way, it's normal that it's long. I'm using like the super giga brain version because yes, I'm paying for Gemini. Take my money, Google. Alright. Okay. The request to do this only with C tags is tricky because the extended tag file format, which standard editors like Vim use, strictly mandate that the extension fields, everything after dot comma. How do you call that? How do you call this? Semicolon. Oh my god, brain, please. Semicolon be formatted as key values. CTag generally refuse to break this spec because it would render the file unreadable to editors. However, since you are using universal CTags, indicated by your use of -- extra, what a redditor, and -- kind, there is a nuclear option using the cross-reference format xref, which allow custom format strings. Thank you! Here are the two ways to handle this using native CTags flags only. Option 1. The line number mode. Best if using an editor. If your goal is simply to get the line number as a raw number without a line, you can switch the address mode to using -n. What? Is this a thing? There ain't no way. So you're telling me, does this work too? Nope. I had my hopes up for this one, okay? I had my hopes up. I was like, can we just dash everything? No. Alright, but what if I want more fields, right? The custom format. Alright. Oh, but that does look great. Oh, but that look... My boy looks like he's cooking. So we're pretty much forcing things to be in a specific format using X format. Nice. My boy is cooking. My boy is cooking. All right, let's do this. Bro. So let's just compare this to what we had before, just to be sure that we're not forgetting anything. Because right now, our boy AI is shredding it. Oh, that's not what I want. That's not what I want either, all right? So let's copy over this. This is my issue. I use Control-C in a terminal. All right. Oh, but it's separated by spaces. That's probably okay. Okay, so we're starting with message. That would mean that we would be able to delete this. Then we would have... Okay, so we truly have everything we need here. So we have start, we have end, we have what the hell we're touching. And we just have to delete this. Thanks, Gemini. Who the hell created you? Why do we have the end thing here? What does it do? Let's take a look at the code again. Okay, I don't care what it does. I don't. I don't. It's cooking. It's cooking. All right. All right, that's pretty good. Now here I'm having an issue. Why is the second one empty? I'm just trying to think if it even matters. So, okay, 497. Let's go see what is at 497. 497. Okay. Oh, it's because there's multiple things back to back. All right. Understood. And it's... Oh, is it because it is contained within something? Because if so, that's actually quite useful. So 503. Let's look at 503 for size T. And we're going to see if when you're encapsulated within something, it means that you don't have the N thingy. So I said size T, right? Size somewhere. No, that's not what I said, I guess. Let's look again. Okay, S size T. No. Size T. Now I'm confused. Size underscore T. Brain, please work. Size underscore T. So it doesn't parse it. Does it even parse it in the original? It doesn't. So it's something else inside of the... Oh. Oh, I think I got it. Inside... Okay. Inside of Bootlin, when they parse it, the reason why it shows is because those things are macros. So that's probably why they show up while they are not parsed by C tags directly. Probably. Right? That's going to be the logic if I click on the size T. It's a type def. Alright, do we ignore this and just go on? And we'll find whatever the hell we need to do later? Absolutely we will. Absolutely. This is my duty. To ignore. Ignore harder, okay? Let's ignore harder. So how did that work? Start and what it is, and at the start we have the name. Alright, that's what we need. We are cooking enough with this. So now we can even make things even more simple inside of our code. Because we don't need... Whoops. Because we don't need a bunch of parsing to do anything, right? Things are just back to back to back. Oh no, we still need to parse the wrong things out of it. Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't change anything to that part. Alright, alright. Brain is back. Okay. We are back to cooking. So let's go to it. Let's actually cookaroonies some people. So I want everyone to say, thank you, Gemini. Thank you for being there in my time of need. And so I don't have to learn some dumb code. Yay. Okay, this won't work if I don't give it single quotes. There we go. So I'm just copying over the command. So, any of you guys that are still in here having fun? What have you done today? Aren't we on the weekend today? Right? Most people should do things on the weekend. I work on the weekend, so I don't do much. But hey, still fun to be here. It's more enjoyable than doing it alone because I can share the pain of going through this and being like, I'm confused. Help. And everybody is then looking at me being like, what are you doing? What an absolute dummy is this guy? Just die. And I can go back to crying. Alright. So here I'll just try to simplify what I did. So here we're parsing for if there's the config thingy at the start of our tag, and if there is the operator at the start of our tag. So if this is the case, we're going to delete the tag and do continue, which push another loop, right? It goes ahead with another item, another tag. If not, we're going to overwrite what we have inside of our specific tag. So we should be able to do that with tag I. We're going to do equals. And this is where we should be able to splice, to split our tag, right? So here we have our tag. We should be able to do dot. That's not how we do it, right? I use split elsewhere. Okay, here I use it. Yeah, that looks like it. Okay, the thing dot split dot what we want to split it with. So I was doing it correctly. Dot split by what we want to split it with. So technically, when we get into those circumstances where we added a bit earlier, where like here, we don't have a second number, we don't have an end number, it will still put a new item, a new empty item, because we split using a space and not using some magical reject. So it should allow us to not have to do much more work to make it work, if it makes any sense. So our tags should be clean now. This should be the idea. Okay, so we have our tags. Our tags are split. They are containing... My god, I have a bad time going through my windows here. So we start with the name. No, that's not true. Let's copy over the new version. Okay. Okay, let's delete all that crap. So item number 0 is the name. Number 1 is first line. Number 2 is end line. And finally, it is what the hell it is. So now that we've parsed all that, do I want to do much more processing at that level? I don't believe we want to do much more processing at that level. So we're going to return the tags themselves. Return tags. We're going to do a quick check just to make sure that tags actually contain something. So we can do if not tags. It tells us if there's something inside of tags. So if not, we can return none. Okay. So if tags are empty, we return none. If not, we return the tags that we have. So then we can go ahead and actually process them a bit lower. So let's go and add them to the code that adds thing to the database. So here we add includes. We're going to put a special place for tags. So if... Oh, let's just... We're probably going to end up like stealing all that code anyway, but let's just copy over things one by one. So one tag, tags, multiple of them. And just because I know that it's going to be useful later, let's call it new tags. New tags. Master file, get tags. I should put an S on that function. Because we're not getting one tag, we're getting tags. Here we go. So. Now we got the tags. If we have some tags, because this is like Pythonic, it's going to check if we have something, if we have them tags. So if we do, oh, I forgot something. We need to do a check at the very start to make sure that the file itself is compatible with tags, right? So I should do this. The equivalent of this. Yeah, I need to do exactly that. But That's kind of dumb. This needs to be there. All right. Okay. So we fix a prior problem. Now we can go ahead and do what we actually want to do. Okay. Here we go. Whoops. They're not at the right height. Okay. So now we're checking if the type of file that we have is actually the type of file that we can pull some tags from. Now that we confirm that, we can go ahead and do everything else, but I think I broke something. Because if I did not, why the hell would nothing be lightening up? Give me my colors back. Give me my nuggies, okay? I need my chicken nuggets. Come on, what's going wrong here? My brain is like dying on this. You know what? When I'll run it, it will crash. And I'll be happy to see it. I'll be like, hey, hi. How's it going? Welcome to... Oh no, I know what happens. The problem is here. It's that dumb. I'll add a return, and then everything will light up. That's it. Hello. How's it going? I'm supposing it's André Lim? Or André Lim? Pronouncing it in French, but it might not be... Morning for you. So you're in the Asia region? Or... Well... Wait a minute. You could also be Australia. Or, well, that general region. How are you going? And where are you from? Greetings from Canada. And also, if you have any questions, feel free. We're vibing here. Just chilling here. That's great. Have you just hopped on the stream? Or were you there for like the last hour? It will expand my understanding of what you know and what you don't know. You probably weren't there yesterday, so that's already a start. Alright. I'm focusing back a bit more. Alright. Okay. Let's map this out. So here, we need to start sharing some things inside of my other... My god, I'm just digesting like a mofo. Let's go into designer so that we can become schizophrenic a little bit. Hello. Just for... What? Just for listening. Whistling. You broke my brain, my friend. Alright. Let's try this. Okay, full screen. Oh yeah, we're going... we're going in. Let's just remove the things that don't fit with what I'm doing right now. Everything linked to identities include kconfigs. Bridge tag will be important. File will be important. Identity, we can skip that. All the kconfigs. I just want to be able to visualize a bit what I'm trying to do. And it's probably going to help a lot trying to do this tag thingy. Alright, so that should be all that I need. So we have the name of the file, we have line numbers somewhere, and where have I wired up these line numbers? Oh god, in bridge tag? Does that make even... Oh yeah, because it can change between version. It was an old gamer tag that you had. Well, it is confusing, my friend. So, it does fit. I work in a call center, and sometimes people give me their emails, and it's like going to be I kill people in the morning 4,000. It's very funny. So, yeah. Okay, file name. That's something that we don't care that much about. Time, tag name. I'm just trying to put things so that I can understand what the hell I'm doing here. All right, let's like... All right. Oh, nice. If we're winning, that's exactly what we need. I used to watch a bit more hockey, but well, it's a little bit hard to watch hockey with a little kid. But she did like it sometime. That was fun, right? Just seeing the little kid just vibing in front of the TV, being like, because there's a bunch of lights. But yeah, it's probably not good for the brain, so don't know if I should do this often. All right, let's focus the F down, okay? So what we're going to need to do, we need to log every single tag that we get. So the first thing that we should do is probably log the name. So we're going to get that logged down, right? So let's start with that. So we're going to set inside of our little array. I should write things instead of copying them like an absolute dummy. Right? So we put things into our arrays, and now we should be able to do an M. How did I call that? M tag name. So that's the name of our database, M tag name. Here we go. And we do a dot. And what we're going to do is a get set, because we're trying to either get what is already existing or set it. Oh, I'm a little bit of a dummy here. Okay, I need to do a for loop before, because I need to get all of my new tags, I mean. So for tag in tags, we are inside of the loop. We should probably test if the tag itself is empty, because if the start of the tag is empty, we're probably not cooking at all, right? Yeah, we're just going to sit with none. I don't know, would it be a white space that it would give me, or it would be none? Let's just assume that it is none. All right, continue. Okay, so here we checked if there's actually something inside of our tag array that we've created. So then we can go ahead and actually process it. So first we do the get set, and we should do get set on the name. So how did I call it like tag ID? Tag name? Oh, T name. That's why I'm not finding it. So dot T name. So here we're trying to get something that has the T name of, and we can do the first value of the tag array. Wait a minute. Well, yeah. Why am I thinking here? Like, this is basic stuff. My brain is having a hard time today. All right. So now we have stored successfully the tag name. Let's just write that down, because it's fun. And you know what? We should probably have an ID for this. We should note down the position that we are. So let's call it tnid pause, tnid pause equals the length of the array. It will make sense later, all right? It will make sense, not append. All right. So we don't know the position. Store the... No, let's use the same naming scheme as before. So create tag name. All right. I won't need this. I probably won't need this part. I'll come back to it later. Anyway. Okay. Now that we have the tag name, let's add the actual tag. So we have implemented this. Now we need to implement mtag, and mtag needs a couple of things. It needs the tag ID, which is generated afterward. It needs the TID, which is granted by our program, so we can ask for the current TID. TID is just a version of it, so we're able to know the starting version of an object and when it ends. So because we are creating this object, it should start this version and end in a future version, and when it's in a future version or latest, we put 0. So this we already know. Now the type, I'm going to have to create some kind of scheme because I cannot put text there. I can only put a value up to 255, I think. I limited it. I didn't want to use too much data. He says while parsing the whole freaking kernel. And after that, we can point to the TNID. So this should be fairly easy to do, right? Because here, we just have to do mtag. And as I said yesterday in how I name things, when we're doing mtag, when we're doing the name of a table, and just parentheses right aside of it, it's a set command. So here we're setting one mtag. The first thing is the ID, which is none because we want the system to automatically give it, right? We don't want to be the one setting the ID. After that, we are going to want to put the TID, so the time ID. This is something that we can request from the great processor, GP. So GP stores the current time ID, so we don't have to think about it. We just request it and it's done. After that, the type. Do I have something that checks types? Or I think I'm cooked for this one, right? Kind of cooked. Yeah, I have a type check here, but it's a type check for the file itself, but not for which kind it is. So I probably have a type tester somewhere in here. Oh, yeah, that's what I need. Okay, so this tells me what it is. So we're parsing it into a number, and that number then will be stored into the DB. So let's just look if these results make sense with reality, right? So here we have member, function, macro, enumerator, function, variable. Does that look like it? Macro, enumerator, function, enums, headers, members, struct, type devs, union. Nothing missing, right? Prototype, is it in there? Oh, prototype's not in there. Gotta fix that. Oh, weirdly, prototype is like Oh no, I'm just being dumb. There's enum also. Somehow different from enumerators, I guess. All right, let's just add prototype to the list before we forget about it. So, case prototype. Do I have enums? Enums are there too. Return 11. All right. And here we have a little fun thing where it will yell at us if it doesn't find it. Yeah, that looks great. That's exactly what I need. So let's copy that over. Let's save that too. So let's have a new type check. Ta-da! All right. So this... Okay, so we need to check the type even before getting to that processing part, because if we don't, and we need to exit after putting the tag name, we're kind of screwed. So we're going to check over here. And we're going to actually already transfer this. Oh man. Okay, I think I get how we're going to do this. So this, I'm this. Okay, so now we're at the specific position that we are currently processing within all of our tags. So what we need is to get to position number 0, 1, 2, 3. So we need to get to position 3 within this array. And now we're going to transform that into the actual number that we're going to put in our array. In our database, I mean. So here you see we have ctag type. It will be applied to the specific position we need it. Probably will fail. I probably need to put a try here just to make sure that we're not killing something. Yeah, I'll do that right now. Okay, Python try error reading non-existent index in list. I'll find what I need here. Index error. Yeah, that's what I need. Okay. Yeah, this is except index error. This is what I need. Nice. So here I should be able to do try. Here you go. This. Was I? Yeah. Okay. Me spamming caps lock like a dummy. Yippee! Spam caps lock some more. Okay, so if it failed, we should probably print the offending tag and afterward nuke it. So let's just put a little message that says print. Let's lay the groundwork of where this happened. So get tag. And that's in master file. Master file dot get tag. Why did I put caps here? Master file dot get tag got demolished by this tag. Here we go. So now we're going to have some kind of feedback about the tag that absolutely destroyed us. And we can do delete this specific tag and then request it to continue. So to ignore the fact that we got demolished. Yay. Well, because we're at the end, we probably don't need to continue, but I'll still put it there in case. In case I add something and I completely forget about the fact that this exists. But who cares, right? Who cares? All right. So now the third part of our list should contain what we put inside of the database. Okay. Let's go back to it. Let's go back to actually putting things inside of a database. Youpie-doo. Okay. So this was the time where we needed to put the type inside of our database. So here we need to do t-type. Okay. So t-type, this is our tag, but instead of looking at the option 0, at the index 0, I mean, we're looking at index 3, so the last index. And after that, what's the last option here? I think it's for the file name. Yes, it's for the file name. I know it is. So here we should be able to do -1, and then we need to tell it tag name ID. This should light up. Or not. Guess there is some code that doesn't work somewhere. Whoop-de freaking do. Yeah, I missed something somewhere. That's for sure. Where did I not cook? Okay, where am I not cooking? If I put a return here, will it like solve everything? Okay, I'm making a mistake somewhere, but who cares? All right, who cares? I do, to be honest. I absolutely do. It's melting my brain that I have a mistake somewhere and I cannot see it. It's triggering me to outer heavens, but we're gonna have to deal with this, I guess. Just live with the fact that you've made a big mistake and that your program's not going to run. Just do it. No. Why? Why would I do this? All right, I'll live with it. I'm not going to be able to. I'm not going to be able to. Okay. Okay. I'm simmering down. So now we need to apply our lines, okay? So we know the lines that are used. So let's do a get set, a little bit like we did earlier, for our lines. So we have the table that is called mLine. mLine, what it stores is two crucial things. The line where we start and the line where we end. So with these two things, we should be good to find what the hell we're talking about. So we should be able to find which line is which function is what, where the hell is my father gone. Okay. Is he gone with the milk forever? Or is he coming back? Good luck with that. Coding sesh with Maple. We're getting through this, boys, okay? We're getting through this. All right. So we have the line start, we have the line end. Now, one thing that should be important for me to do is that I have some optimized code that's able to optimize certain queries within some table. So I want to see if I did any of that specific optimization for my time, because time works exactly like line inside of my code. So let's just make sure that there's no like magical things that I have to set up here to make everything work. No, I do not. One like for the milk joke. Hey, we need some more jokes in here. We need to lighten up the mood. I would really like for the Kate editor or Kdevelop to be able to show me where I've made a mistake, because I'm literally going to become insane. This is unhinged, not telling me. Who does that? This is hate crime. Oh my god. I'm so triggered, you don't even know, guys. Okay, I need to calm the F down. Okay, and this didn't work for like the longest time because this is not colored. Oh my god. Where is this? It's there. I found it. Look at this. Color yourself, bitch. Big brain, okay? Hey, I said color yourself. It won't. Look, I'll go cry elsewhere, but for now we need to get this ish done. Is getSet even able to get more than one attribute? Am I mentally deficient, guys? Have I done this all wrong? Okay, getSet. Yes, it's able to get infinite attribute. Shut up, Maple. Come on. Why would you doubt yourself, man? I got it locked, okay? I got it locked. I'm that cool. Okay, that's a dumb thing to write. Okay, I was about to say, if there's a tag, just skip it. Who cares? Who cares about the tag? All right, just skip the tag. All right, you don't need to. Nah. What? Putting it into a database? Who the F do you think you are? There's a parenthesis missing. All right, we got it. We got it. Big brain. You know what? The jokes actually helps. The jokes help. Oh man, that's bad. I need to speak even more. I can unlock, okay, bigger brains by speaking more. So now we need to do mbridge tag. So mbridge tag is just well, bridging everything together. So let's do actually that. So bridge tag, and let's go steal. Let's go steal this, because this is actually made in the exact very similar way. So let's rename it to bridge. I use my mouse way too much, and this is an issue. I need to start using the keyboard like a big boy, and my life will be way easier. God damn, can I stop burping? All right, so the bridge tag, first thing off, is the FID. Our FID should be, our file ID should be #1. Well, it was actually correct at the start. FID, all right. Our second one should be TGID, which is tag ID. Now, tag ID should be -2, because -2 lends us right in here. So we do -2, not -21, 21, tag ID. And then we've got some, oh, we got our line ID, right? Unless we don't want any lines. Would be pretty funny. We're storing tags. What are you doing with them? We got names, bro. Big brain. If I name this LID, I want to cook myself. Yes, LNID. Let's make this even more complicated, my friend. Line ID. Guess it works. All right. Okay. Well, it sounds like we're pretty much... We're cooking. We're cooking pretty strong. God. Wait. Will that work? I don't even know if I want to run this shit because it's going to take like 5 hours to process. Why are we here? Just to suffer? Who am I kidding? It's going to not work like... I'll just execute it and it will fail right away. If it works first try, I will. I don't know what I will do. I'll be really happy. No. Let's not get our hopes up. Okay? My hopes are up. My hopes are so up. Alright. Dreams broken in 3, 2, 1. Oh. Touching wood. Oh, what did I do? Alright. Okay. Well, it doesn't look that bad. It's just a mistake at the very start. Let's get to it. So here I have some version issues. Yeah, because I'm using version, not version name. Well, that's dumb. Why? And wait a second. Because there are 2 versions that we can use, right? There is the actual name, and there could be also the version that's written inside of the database. So like 0, 1, and etc. So I would want to know which one version dict actually has. So version dict, trim version, no, that's not what I want. Version dict, version name. So it uses the display name. All right. Probably not that optimal, but hey, you do you. So, and just to be sure that I'm using this correctly. Sorry, I got stun locked by my own brain. Okay, so version dict. My understanding was that we were storing the root of our git clone, right? Are we? You gotta know that I wrote this like before the kernel video. So my brain is still surviving. Okay, yes, we actually are storing. Okay, so, okay. I was just probably just using the wrong information. So now this should work after I clear the database. Okay. I feel like I'm going to say okay a lot for the next 5 minutes. So, okay. Let's go. All right. We got some... And we got some pretty strong torture there. Let's just have a quick look about what all of my cores are doing. Okay. Eh? Okay, this out of all of the errors is the one that I was the least expecting. Okay. So here we have a get error with column. Oh my. No, that couldn't be. Okay, errors with mline. Okay, so we have an errors with inputting these values inside of a get statement. Why would that be? Oh, we probably need an optimized table. Why does time not have an optimized table? And it works. Okay, just to explain a bit of what I'm doing. I know that nobody's listening, but who the F cares? I like explaining. So, let's do a big rectangle here. All right. So, because I want everything to run locally and only drop things into the database, into the MySQL at the end, I created this concept. Well, created is a large word, but I remade the wheel for the 1500th time. And what I do is I create these dictionaries. So these dictionaries, you can search with some preset attributes. So you could say like, I want to create an optimized dictionary for searching this specific table. So let's say table time, using value of time start and time end. And then I'm going to be able to just search it using the speed of a dictionary, which is very fast and is something that is very fun to do, right? So it can be all done locally, no issue, no problem. Now, I need to tell my system to do this optimization because I don't want to do it for every column possible, right? So there is a basic dictionary that is created that is based on the ID of a given table. So if a table has a primary key that is set to this ID, I'm going to make my optimized dictionary the default one based on this ID. And if it has multiple primary keys, like ridge files where they have like 2 primary keys or more, then I'll base it on these 2 primary keys, right? So this, I need to tell my system to do that. And that's what I'm confused, because right now, time does not seem to need this. And it's not entirely understandable why. I think I'm getting it. Wait a second. Well, no. Doesn't make sense why. How does this shit even works? Why is it working? It shouldn't have worked before, but it is. So I'm missing something. Hey, what the hell? Okay, let's go into table and let's go look into how I search for things. I'm confused. This is so over-engineered. It works when it shouldn't. Okay. So the core of my issue here is the get, right? Because I'm having this be an error. So, okay. So the issue here is that we don't have an optimized table for the key group, which makes perfect sense. But it doesn't make sense to why time doesn't have the same thing. Is it because I'm not doing time correctly? I think I'm just not doing time correctly. So it never worked. Hey, thank you for being here. Well, you can stay for 2 seconds, but thank you for the support. I make videos because I know that they help people like me understand, and us people that are not that smart, we need to we need to stick together, all right? We need to you know, as they say over here in Canada, elbows up, okay? We gotta fight it out, okay? We gotta absolutely trounce people. And if the guy that is looking the Canadian game, that is looking the abs, if he's still there, can I get an update? I would like to know if we're still winning or if we won. Okay. Oh, yeah, I'm probably not explaining it too clearly. So let's just go into the designer. When I'm talking about time here, I'm talking. Let's just click everything off. The little music is soothing. Let's let that there. Okay. So let's put that there. Okay, put that there. So when I'm talking about time, I'm talking about this. So time contains a time ID, and it contains the start of a concept, so a specific object has a time that it is created within the kernel. So if we have a tag or a function or a variable or everything, it needs to have some kind of ways to note down when it started and when it ends. So this is what time is. So time is stored in a TID, and the way that it works is you set the start at start. If you don't know when it ends because it's currently in the kernel, you set the end to 0, which means latest, and when you get the end, you can just create a new time tag inside of your database and set it to your actual concept of a file, so that you know that this concept of a file or concept of a tag is expired. It is not in the latest kernel and it ends at this specific version. So right now, my issue that I'm having is that normally I should use a get set. So I should search what already exists and then shove it into my database. But right now what I'm doing is just shoving it in the database without looking what already exists. So yeah. Hey, just wanted to say you make really good quality videos. Keep it up. Thank you a lot. Oh, you don't need to follow everything. I look like a delusional schizophrenic yesterday, and I still probably do a little. So, yeah, if you don't understand, just raise your hand, and I'll be more than happy to answer a question, because everybody likes speaking about their design. But yeah, to go back to what this other person was saying earlier, I do make good videos. Haha, I do. But lately, I don't like them as much. I think I've lowered the quality because I'm taking a lot of time on this. It's not that I don't like making them, it's just that it's really hard to get the actual vision that I want. Make this good. I want to have more code inside of my kernel videos, right? It would be fun if we could actually see the change in code and understand the freaking lines, because most of the time it's crazy, but when you go look, most of the time the changes, they're like 2 lines, and it's like, oh, we've got a 5,000% optimization, and you're like, bro, you've changed 2 lines. Who the hell are you? What? So, yeah. I would like to add more code to these videos, but we're going to see, right? We're going to see where we go. And yeah, I think I'll just stream every time I do this shit, because, well, turns out it's fun. I don't see time passing by, and that's a great thing. So my time, let's just focus for 5 seconds. Let's focus, okay? My time implementation is garbage, all right? It doesn't work unless my set does something that I did not expect it to do. So my set command, I thought it only looked, oh, no, that's still dumb. Sorry. Oh, wait, no. Okay. It works, but for the wrong reason. All right. I get it. All right. Okay. So let me do another explanation because I like it. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. So let's do a big square. So I have multiple ways to add things to the database or to get information from the database that are local. So we talked about get. Then to put information into the database, there's two main ways. There's either set or get set. And these two work a little bit differently from one another. That writing is insane. And okay, let's assume this never happened, all right? So set, you give it a value. You just give it like numbers or a reference to prior items that you've put into the database. So you give it numbers or a reference. So this would be like a reference. And it will just shove it into the kernel, not the kernel, the database. And if into one of the position there is a none, so let's say that this is actually none that is there, okay? So the value none, it will try to fill it up. Now, for now, the only way that it knows how to fill it up is by putting the ID there. So it will put the ID, current ID that we are in, inside of the table. So there's our table that are auto increments. So you add 1 to the ID each time that you add an element. So the set will do it automatically. Now set, what it will also do is it will look at what has already been put into the table for this current round. So for this current version, it will look, have I already put this value into it? And if it is part of the tables that have the option no duplicate, it will either give you what was already put into this database, or if there's not the option no duplicate, it will give you a new version. So this allows us to not copy things that were already put into the system without having to have the different cores actually discussing what the hell they're doing. So for example, if you're trying to put names into your database, you don't want to set the ID while you're in multi-core because the multi-core does not know the IDs. You want to set it at the very end when everything is inside of one core and you can just give it IDs and shove things into your database quickly because that's fast, but the parsing is not. Anyway. So this is how I don't duplicate IDs for things that were already put into the database. But there's the issue that now I'm trying to use getSet and it doesn't work. And the reason why it doesn't work is because I need to have an optimized way. getSet relies on having optimized tables in order to work. So my optimized tables is when I tell them, hey, you can use column number 1, let's say column 1 and column 2. Wow, that's some insane writing. Okay, so we've got column 0, 1, and 2. I can tell my system, hey, create an optimized table where if I give column 1 and column 2, you should be able to give me column 0. So right now, I thought I was using this for time, but it turns out I should never have to use getSet for time, because I don't need to search what was previously done in previous version, because when I do something related to time, it will never be the same than a prior version, because we're using the values that we're changing are the one that... Shit, how can I say that? The values that we're going to change are only going to be changed in this current version that we're parsing. There is no way for us, let's say that we're at version 3, right? If we set an item, if we know that an item has changed, let's say that we know that a file has changed, we're going to set the end version to 2, because it was the last version that it was under. But if I'm parsing version 2, I would never put 2 in the end version. That's not something that would ever happen. So there is never the ability to have overlap between these. So this is why I could get away with using set instead of getSet. But with lines, that's not the case, because no matter the version, I can have the same line numbers between different versions. So this is why now that I'm using getSet instead of set, I need to set an optimized database, which wasn't the case with time. Not an optimized database, but an optimized table. Okay. We're back to it, right? we're getting there, guys. So, all right. Let's go through the motion. Let's do this shit. So here, we are going to generate an optimized table, and for the first time, it's going to be 1. That is for 2 keys. Should still work, but I've never tried. So this is going to be a fantastic thing to do. I don't remember what the hell this is. I think that's how it's written. Let's go look at our database. So where are my lines? Line start, line end, so it's ln underscore, and then the letter. All right, I was right. That's great. All right. So this should fix the fact that my computer was absolutely demolishing me. And I have tag names too. Oh, that's another one that I need to fix. So I need to do the same thing with tag name, because tag name needs to be optimized in the same way that my file names are optimized, where I can search for the file name to get the ID. I need to be able to do the same thing for the name of a tag in order to give me the underlying ID of that tag. So let's put that tag. Is it T-name? My god, I'm bad at remembering my my own standard. Yes, it's T-name. Okay. So here we have our optimization. We add tag names, we add line. So that way we are going to generate all the optimized table that we need in order to go ahead with the actual processing, right? With actually doing something without it dying out each time. Because I have a fallback solution, but when I use the fallback solution, it is slow as F, because we're just going through every... we're looking at all the information that was put in the table, and we're going item by item trying to see if it fits. So that's not the way to go. But now we're going to have the optimized big memory way. Let's abuse that RAM, all right? I didn't buy that 64 gigs of RAM for nothing. Your boy is a big RAM baller. I don't know, a lot of people are complaining about RAM price, but is it really that bad? Oh no, let's check. Let's go to new egg, right? Go to new egg. And let's check, like, let's not be like, oh, okay, it's kind of pricey. And it's such shitty RAM. Holy fuck. Oh, it is to be expected. It is to be expected. Yes, it is that bad. Indeed it is. Yeah. But again, like I'm saying, it is to be expected. We are in an era where we need a lot of memory to do everything that we want to do, right? If we want to do AI, holy shit, it looks like it's working. Oh no, the parsing is shitting to bed a couple of times, but I don't know. We'll see what it drops in the database. I'll let it run. I'll let it run. So yeah, AI being such a big thing, having a lot of traction, of course, it will need all the memory. And look, we can cry all we want. But at the end of the day, the reality is, if AI has more money than you to buy RAM, it is technically because they need it more than you a little bit, right? I know that it's not fun as a consumer to hear that, but that's kind of the fact, right? I think that most people would agree that the person that has the most money should be able to like get that shiny new graphic card. If you were to compare two people trying to game, right? It's just when we're starting to speak about things like AI or maybe crypto mining that we're like, ooh, now it feels bad because we cannot do the activity that we thought was the default. But at the end, it doesn't really change a lot. But hey, that's just my opinion. You can put more roles everywhere if you wish to. Alright, let's go look at what we've produced. Holy shit, this is erection inducing. We've got 1 million tags and it took like 2 seconds. Oh, okay. That's so great. Oh, I know that. Okay. If you want to understand why I'm reacting like this, it's because before, when I was using the other program, it would take 15 minutes to go through. But now that I've implemented this database thingy, this optimized table thing and all of that, holy shit, it goes fast. Oh man, I'm so happy. Okay, we're going to need to fix this, but oh, I'm still so happy. All right, this is good news. Good freaking news. All right. Well, it looks like it makes sense for the line, but I'm kind of scared that we're having repeating lines, right? That we have two times the same values inside of the lines. So let's just try to shush that out to find if that's the case. So let's find where the starting line is 50. Yeah, see? We screwed something here. So here we're somehow writing multiple times the same line values. This should never happen. This means that there is an issue in my implementation. It was fast as fuck, but there's still a bug. Oh man, I'm so happy. Okay. Let's go look into it. So we use getSet. Why? Why did it fail? So let's go wow. So let's go look at our implementation of tables to see why. So because we are currently only parsing for the first version, the get part of getSet shouldn't do anything. Because get, what it looks at, is what already exists on the DB. So the get part of getSet does nothing. Now the part that does something though is the set. And set should wait. Wait. So just to explain it. So set, let's remember, set, if it sees the same values, right? So here what we saw is we had line 50 for the start, line 50 for the end, multiple times, right? We had it multiple times inside of multiple rows. This should never happen because set, when we're running under one version, set is supposed to look to make sure that everything is unique. So here, there's two things that could happen. One, that I don't have the setting for it to be unique, which would mean that I forgot to enable it. I should go look at that first. Second would be my implementation is flawed, which it could be the fact, it could be the case, but I feel like I would have seen that before. So let's actually take a look inside of the DB. So let's look at line. Oh, I forgot. That's it. All right. So here we should have another comma and it should be true. So true is for no duplicate, right? So if we look at our presentation here, oh man, I was so zoomed out. I'm sorry, guys. Sure, you couldn't see shit. So here we have a standard implementation like time, and here at the end, the last option is the option if we want things to be unique. So this is what enables set to actually parse what was put inside of this specific version and tell if it already exists. So now that we put the value to true, it will attempt to snuff out what are the same values. So now that we've done that, we should have fixed the line issue where we are adding new lines for each. Now it should be all under one. So this should be fixed. All right. So that's good. Second thing, here we have did not find CTag kind, and then it shows a kind that we know. Oh boy. Sorry. So it shows a kind with a quote at the end. How is that? Why is there a quote? What's confusing here is it's not always the case, right? If it was always the case, we would not have any result from it. It would just fail. Or did it? Did I detect if there was a failure on that end? Oh man. No, I did not. So they all fail. All right. Well, it makes it easy, right? If they all failed, that means that the only issue here is how I'm detecting those types. So I can either tell it to delete the last character, which would be very easy, or make my life an absolute hell and like do something different, I guess. Let's go back to get tag just to see why it might happen. How about we just vomit all the tags, all right? Let's do that. Just to see what it looks like. I'm going to kill the program 5 seconds afterward, but I just want to see if I'm doing like a bigger mistake and ignoring it is not a good idea, because it's very easy for me to tell it to, hey, don't use the last character. That's so easy. But we wouldn't want to create some kind of big thing out of nothing. All right. We've got some terminal vomit. Let's get into it. It did not help at all. All right. So. I'm so confused. Oh, it's because I'm trying this there. That's why. I need to print here. Probably. You know what? Screw it. We're trying. We're not hosting this on some other server. It's literally right under my feet. So who cares if I use it more? It will eat a little bit more my my house, which God knows I need. Holy shit, do I need some some eating in here. Oh. Did not expect that. Why is it double quote? So the issue here is the line, when I get it, it is double quote. There is two sets of quote. Could I just, like, tell Python that it's a string and it will do its thing? I'm probably misusing split. That's probably why. Oh, I'm so confused now. Okay. Let's go with the dumb solution. I have an extra quote at the start, and at the end, let's clip the start and the end of this, right? This should be the simple, dumb solution. So here, we should be able to do 1. And will I need to do -1 or -2? Pretty sure it's -2, but hey, we're in to try. Well, it will crash for nothing. You know what? Screw it. We're doing it. We're doing it. It's going to work. Okay, so if we see a spam of errors, that means that it's -2. And I just don't know how to Oh, maybe I'm... No. What the hell am I doing here? It's a new... Ooh, looks like it works. Extern var. I have no idea what this is, but this gets added to my... my cringe compilation. No, it gets added to... this. What does it do? What does it eat for dinner? I don't know. What was his name? I don't even remember. Hi. Can please someone resume me on what they is doing? What am I doing? Well, the dog here is doing some cooking. Okay. Well, if you so you're French, my friend. So you're well, you would be Quebecois at this hour, I guess. If you have issues with autocorrect and it's right resume with some accent. I wonder if I snuffed you out. I'm trying to snuff all of you out, all right? I can explain while I'm cooking this up. So I've got this little project that attempts to parse the shit out of the Linux kernel and to put everything into a MySQL database. And the idea here is that once we have this information, because MySQL is awesome, we should be able to then make some insane website with it, with a bunch of new feature that we should want. So I'm just trying to make an OP version of Bootlin, if you know what it is. I'm French, not those stupid guys on Canada. You deserve the rope, my friend. Okay, you deserve the rope. You're speaking to the wrong guy. Anyway, I know that it was a joke. At least I hope. What sort of info? So, here's a couple of basic things that we could go through. Like, Bootlin, if you know it, is just like the source code, and you can search things. So this is hidden for you, but it will show. So it knows where things are. Right now I search folios. If I go on that file, it will tell me, oh, that's the definition of a folio. And then you have the struct for a folio. So that's all good information. So my goal here is to first not just have the starting line, but also have the ending line, because that's cool. I want to know on a struct or function basis when they change. So what can happen is that there will be a change in a file, right? So let's say there is a change in mmtype.h. There will be a change in a file. And of course, it will add some line somewhere. So technically, if you look at the file, you will say, oh, all the function changed. But no, right? Some specific function may not have changed for a long freaking time. So I would like to be able to pinpoint a function and to tell you, hey, that function hasn't changed in that time to that time because what is contained within it wasn't changed. So that would be a cool thing, that if we had like something that we could just put your cursor over it and it would tell you, hey, there's a timeline, it changed there, and it would just pop up because, again, MySQL, easy to query. This would be a really fun thing to have. And there's a bunch of other things, right? If you don't know me, I may be known a little for those chart. At least if I'm not known for them, I love them enough that I bring them up every time I speak. So that's kind of a representation of ext4. So it goes through every single thing that is inside of ext4. So the idea here is that we could create those charts automatically using that information. Couldn't you use git history or too long? Yes, absolutely. You can use git history. That's the thing. Every single thing that I'm going to say now they're all possible thing. The issue is they're not on one page, right? Because right now, when I do research for my kernel videos, I need to go everywhere at the same time, go check what's going on in the mailing list, go check on Git, go check some patch somewhere, and I end up not looking as much because it's hard to go through that amount of stuff and it's very freaking boring. So if I were able to have one page where I could just click, see who did the change, what's the commit of the change, and then maybe even link it to the mailing list so that you're like one click away from all of these things instead of having to like pop things up from your terminal and shit. Good night. So yeah, that would be fun. So right now I'm kind of just laying the groundwork to make that possible. And when we have a DB full of stuff, then we're going to be able to, well, see what we're cooking. What a great thing to do, right? We've just spoke about things for some time, and now we've stored everything in the DB. So let's just go see the result. That looks pretty much it. That looks like it. So instead of having like 1 million lines, we're now down to 100,000, which looks, again, looks good to me. We could try to do the same test as before. So we do ln underscore s equals 50. So here we're just checking if there's multiple line 50. Doesn't look like it, but I'll dig just a bit deeper. How do we extend the end statement? The where statement? I don't remember. I'll hope this works. Is it really like end? Alright, it's still broken. Okay, so now that would mean that the get part is not working because the set is doing the check, but the get doesn't work, and it seems like we're having this issue on each version that I've parsed, right? Because we start at 3.0 and we end up at 3.5. There's one per version. That means that the get part is fucked. So we're going to need to look at that. So for example, if someone submit that patch, one click to see what changed. Well, this is already trivial, right? What you're saying is something that you can do in Git. What I'm trying to do is to expand this a little bit. So instead of just having the patch and having the patch notes, you could have the mailing list, which has all the discussion that happened relating to that, right? It would be a little bit funner to have that one click away when looking at the source code, right? So this would be one thing. And like there's a bunch of other things that we can go into. I just don't feel that it's worth thinking about that much right now. And right now I should more think about putting as much as possible inside of the DB and then seeing what people come up with, because the idea is to store as much as possible, give an API that anybody can use, and then just see who absolutely rapes my DB the most. So yeah, that's pretty much the idea for now. So now that we know that our get is screwed, well, that's a bummer. Man. Let's go check get set just to be sure that I'm not an idiot. Okay, so the first thing we do in get set is to use get. So, yep, that's probably not it. So for sure, we're not returning with a value from get because we go to the next steps, and this is where it fucks up. So we need to see what is inside of get, unless I have some oversight here that I haven't thought about. So line is a get set. So no, this should not happen. I see, by the way, your interest for the Linux kernel is fully curiosity or also some personal / professional interest. It's pure curiosity. I've started working with Linux things for, well, I was like 12 when I started, or maybe 11. So I was a kid when I started messing around with things, and lately I've gotten more appreciation for a lot of things in life, and I like to read about these things and try to understand how they work. So I'm just trying here to help people that have the same sense of having fun to learn about these things. Because of course there's a lot of people that do it in a professional way, right? That it's their job making some code. It's not the case for me. I'm bad at coding, and I'm trying my best here. So yeah, this is mostly to help me make my videos that I'm doing this, but I fully accept the fact that I'm probably going to end up bringing a bunch of features that I won't use but will be useful for some people. So yeah, that's where I'm going with this shit. All right, now I'm confused. This is probably, the issue is probably because get is not made for multiple arguments. Like I may have put it that it can accept multiple arguments, but it just doesn't cope with it well. Okay, let's go see. Okay, this is my get. We're going to have fun with that. And I and probably others, thank you for such coverage. Well, thank you for watching. It's always fun for having people to interact with and who appreciates it. Yeah, that's the goal of what I'm doing, so that people have some fun with that, right? It's fun to learn. It's fun to not. Well, I mean, this. It wasn't fun to learn when I was a kid. But growing older, goddamn, learning is fun. And this may be linked to the fact that I have a strong prescription of Concentra. But anyway, this drugs, it helps thinking a little bit. Even though right now my mind is clearly running out because it's getting later and later. But hey, maybe I'll be able to solve that get thing before tapping out. All right. So the way that my system works for gets and get set is it will, this little command here will encapsulate the data into some information around it. So this will be transformed into a tuple, so it will be transformed into a kind of a list. And the list will tell you what position the data is supposed to be in, and where the data comes from. So where the data comes from is not useful at all for now, but I could do something with it in the future. But the main thing is what's the location of that data. So this is probably where we have something wrong, not the fact of putting it into a tuple, but it's probably not able to do the act of parsing those multiple times. So because it works for one, as we've seen with names. Oh man, maybe it doesn't, and I'm just dumb. Now I need to check. Now I need to check. Yeah, let's take something that is not a directory. All right, that sounds good. Or maybe I can like harass for duplicates. Where this fname equals, no, it's like, not line, like. Whoop. I think I know SQL, so, all right. Yeah, I don't think that it's cooked. Don't think that we... Yeah, no, we... no. The file name are working, all right? The file name are working. Let's just assume that it's the fact that I have multiple keys that screws it up. So now there's two part of it that can screw up. It's the get itself, so the get, or when I optimize the table. Because right now what it should do is it should do get, it will get the columns, and then it will look at them and it will expand them and do all the cool stuff that it's supposed to do. And then it will see, goddamn, I'm dying over here. And then it will see that the key group is not primary key. It will go to else and it will look if the key group is in optimized table. And because we don't have the errors that we used to have, we know that this option is selected. So here it will return. Wait a minute. Okay, so this returns to none. It works, trust me. Indeed. Trust me, bro. Right now I'm doing the inverse of what I'm doing on my channel, right? On my channel, I'm like, I need to explain every bit down to the assembly. Right now here, I'm like, fuck it. It works. Oh, it works because it works. Oh, man. Okay, so my next bet would be that we're not unpacking the values in the same way when we're generating the optimized table. Yeah, that looks like it. That looked like it. Yeah. Okay. So here we are getting out of all of our columns the first argument. Now, if we go up, we have a class within a class, the column class. And the column class, when we call it, it will return the table name, which is unused, so that's 0. Well, it is position 0, but it is not used in our case. Column 1, well, position 1, which will give the ID of the specific column that we're calling. So if we're calling like VID, well, if we were to call M underscore V underscore main dot dot VID parenthesis whatever value, it would put 0 in here because VID is column 0. And after that, value is the value that we give it. Now, what the fuck's wrong with this? So we're getting all the columns that we're supposed to use. So the first thing that we're doing when generating our optimized table, we're getting the key groups, and then we're creating the optimized table. And after that, we are, let's delete that. That's the mess. Okay. And then we look at every row inside of our current table, and we make sure to get the values, and we set them inside of the optimized table, key group, Okay, so the key group is a tuple, so it's good that we unpack it. Yeah. So in my case, this should be 1 and 2. And then we should read the row itself, which should give the value of 1 and 2. Does item getter gives us a tuple? Or does this give us like an iterator? Okay, it says that it returns a tuple. Am I to trust the AI on this one? Why am I not looking at like some like official Python manual, like Python manual operator? That's absolutely not the F it. Ah, that's it. Returns a callable object that fetches. Oh well, I'm dumb because I'm calling it. Yes, forget what I'm saying. Whew. I think I'm confused. Let's just look at the other code that I haven't get. Okay, so 2. So we have a set of values here. That are mapped into a tuple. And then we get the value. So right now I should probably assume that the issue here is the fact that this is not inside of a tuple. Let's try. I feel like I've done that before and it fucked up everything. All right. No pain, no gain. Oh. And we're vibing. Probably. Using a debugger? Yeah, would help. But you know the issue? Your boy over here doesn't know how to use one. So yeah, I should probably learn to. But to be honest, at this point, I would probably like prefer wasting my time like this and get to understand my code a little bit better. Because if I don't understand my code, I'm not going to debug any better. Oh man, this beat is going to get a like. It's been running for 3 hours. Goddamn. Let's put a like. Why is there an AI prompt on the music video? What the fuck do you want me to ask the AI here? Was the music good? I think it was. Alright. I can see that this shit slowed down a lot. Or maybe not. No, it wasn't because I was explaining shit before. Alright. Oh man, I think we fixed it. I think we killed it. Oh no, I'm a dummy because that's next version that we'll see. So if 68, well, if it, ooh, nice. If 69 doubles, that means I'm cook. I just got crit, okay? I got absolutely crit on that one. You know what? That's probably not that bad. Or is it? No. No, it's bad. Okay, you know what? Let's revert it to where it was. And we're going to try to debug this shit tomorrow. Because for today, we've done a lot. And I've got to eat a little bit and go to sleep. Well, I say debug tomorrow. Maybe I won't stream tomorrow. I'm not sure. I want to do a lot more streams, but also the issue is time, and I have some things I have to do before. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Look, I'll notify you. So if you're not in the Discord, please join. So that way you're gonna be able to be notified. I've made a little sub channel where I can like yell in it, and it should notify you guys if you're if you accept to. So accept if you want to hear me vibing this out. So yeah, we're going to see each other tomorrow. That was very fun. Just going to close that out. So we've got a big part of the parser done. Now we just need to implement it correctly everywhere else. So yeah. So yeah. Okay. Let's get all of this shit closed. Good. Alright. Alright. Let's pull up that stream. Alright, folks. This is all for today. Have a good night.